Hello, welcome to another Art of the Flip video. It's not a haul video, but maybe it's a tip video. If you watch my haul video, you tend to see a lot of the same books. If you watch it over the last couple of years, I tend to go after the same stuff that I see because I know the value, and it's easy for me to see something that I know is underpriced and I can just go for it. It's easier. I don't need to keep up with all the hot new stuff, okay? But that's not the tip. The tip is the sweet spot. I have talked about this in various other videos, and unfortunately with YouTube, after a while things get lost in the weeds, okay? And I may have discussed this maybe 3 or 4 years ago, but I figure it's worth repeating because I got a lot of questions about my strategy on flipping all the time. There's a sweet spot that I tend to go after, and they are in the price range of say 100 to 300, okay? Buying books between the $100 to $300 price range, if I can find the right book, I can usually double, triple, or even hit a home run. That have happened more often than buying books below that price range or above that price range. It does not mean that I don't go after those books, okay? If you watch my videos, you see that I do buy something that definitely is more than $300 or $400. But I have a better hitting percentage by going after that sweet spot. Whenever I go after books that is $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000, certainly the odds of hitting a double or a triple or better is less and less and less, right? Sure, it has happened a few times in the past 2 years because of the mania in the market. 2 years ago, you know, I bought a giant size X-Men 1 for a few $1,000s, but then the mania exploded and giant size X-Men 1, that book ended up getting a 9.4. I have shown that book on my channel in the CCC haul, and then I talk about that in the market report where I show you the result. But yeah, I more than triple because of the mania in the market when I auctioned that book off. But that's not something that I look for. I didn't buy that book thinking, oh, you know, I just spent $3,000, $4,000 on the book and it's gonna triple. No, I was hoping to get maybe a 50% return. So when it comes down to my strategy, sure, I tend to aim for that sweet spot. If I see something in the $100 to $300 price range and it's worth buying to get a double or triple, I'm not going to turn away a chance to do that. But when I see a book that is like say $2,000, then I had to really think about, do I really want to buy that book? Is it a hot book, or it is a regular key that is not hot but steady? Okay, I tend to go after the regular key steady because when you buy hot books, there's a lot of volatility in that book and it can crash, and I don't want to buy something even though it seemed cheap at the time, but it already went like this. Okay, if a book already went like this and I can get a bargain at say half price, what happened when the book crashed down? By the time I get the book back from CCC, there might not be any profit left in the book. So I tend to avoid the super hot book because it's too unpredictable as far as how soon that book can crash. But another reason is the return on investment. A quick example, if I can buy a book for $2,000 and once I get over the $1,000 or higher price, my expectation of return is no longer double or triple. If I can get lucky, yay. But often that's not the case. I have a realistic expectation that if I'm gonna spend 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, it'd be nice to get a 50% return. So if I put down $2,000 to buy a book, after grading fees and comic link fee or my comic shop fee, and I get 3,000, I'd be super happy because that's like a 50% return on my $2,000. But I'd rather put that $2,000 to buy, say, 5 or 6 or 7 books in my sweet spot. Because sure, it is more work to find those books, but at the same time, if I can hit a double or a triple on those 6 or 7 books, that $2,000 investment can turn into a pile of $4,000, right? So yeah, I'm willing to do the extra work to find more books, and I don't have a hard time finding more books. Sure, it is more books to clean and press, but I like the extra $1,500 in profit compared to buying one book for $2,000. So that's the way I approach the hobby, okay? That's the way I approach flipping books, hunting books, and what it is that I'm looking for. If you haven't seen my Art of the Flip series, there's tons of tips and tricks video in the early years, because I even did a series on tips on how to shop for comic books on eBay. You really should watch that if you have never seen it, because in that series I outline my strategy on how I search for things on eBay, because it lessened the time, because I'm a firm believer that all of us have a set amount of time that we can put into this hobby, right? Time wasted looking for things, time wasted not finding the right thing. So the key is figure out what it is I'm going after, narrow my search so that when I'm looking for something, I'm more likely to find it. I don't have time to go through 10 pages of eBay listing and look at every single listing. I aim for that sweet spot. And that's it for this video. Hopefully everything I said makes sense, yeah? So if you're wondering what my strategy is, how I approach hunting for books, now you know. There's no secret to what I'm doing. It's about putting in the work, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.